He is like, I'm going to attack from behind, and I'm going to my armor charge, and the Firefly will hit them, and it's going to be a perfect win. Meanwhile, the Soviets are like, please help us. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 3v3 on Land Forest. Positive note because, oh god, White 8 already going B4. Jesus Christ. We got Senor Taco, Sethkis, and Razvencio Banu versus Moist, White 8D, and this gentleman here, which, unless he has something really spectacular... Wait, is that the... No, that's not. Okay. Looked like a girl from a show, and I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. It's a show that involves a guy who can turn into a killer mascot as a superhero who literally on the first time he does it tries to save someone and in turn saves the girl, but his wild instincts kick in and almost sexually assault the girl. The girl wakes up and then blackmails him to then do her bidding because she's a psychotic crazy person, and also then she can control him by getting inside, since he's a mascot, to unzip his back and get into a flesh suit to then control him. Anime's weird. Anime is weird, but that apparently show just came out and did not get delayed like ReZero Season 2, which I'm really excited for. But in any case, Land Forest. Looks like we have a double team going on there, and unfortunately the British may not be up for it, but they do have Lend-Lease, which that means they get Assault Infantry Section. What's that mean? Well, they get a unit with no key. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love the fact that there are now units in the game, full, like in normal multiplayer, that literally it's like, oh, no key. We have no idea what this is, honestly. That's amazing. But they're pushing forward and trying to keep the Grenadiers back. Again, for reference, 2 Soviet, British versus 2 OKW and a Wehrmacht. Submit your replays, greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and maybe anime recommendations too. I'll take it. But make sure you have your name, info, and the replay itself. If you just send the replay, I don't know who you are, so I can't credit you, which means I'm less likely to pick you. Just point it out, because I got a ton of replays, but no one's with names. Anyway, Sethkis went with Joint Operations, Artillery, and Nice Defenses. Breakthrough for good infantry. And wait, hold on, double breakthrough? We have double breakthrough. That's a big uh-oh, and a double no. Lend-Lease, fine. I'm a little bit better in this at 3v3. The more people you have, the less effective Lend-Lease tends to be. Moist going with Shock Mortar, so ISU 152, always great to see. And White 8 actually following up and definitely going B4. Germans going straight for the fuel, cutting off the Allied fuel real early on. That could be a big bonus for them, as well as locking down the forest. If they can quickly do that and place defenses, this might be a quick GG. Although, many of you know these games, very rarely might give it a game. Remember back in the old day where you could finish a game and, like, God, you could annihilate someone's base, and I think the fastest I've done it was 20 minutes. But anyway, unfortunately though, it looks like the Soviets have locked down. By the way, that was with a lot of AT guns. Anyway, but yeah, it looks like they're placing mines, so good job with that. Moist pretty much placed down defenses. Oh, really good mine placements right on the edge of like them walking in, so they will be hit by it most likely. So yeah, defense is engaged. Looks like conscripts going in for this capture point over here, and looks like most of the German forces got pushed back slowly but surely, but they are being pushed. That being said, Sethkis is trying to bring over an MG and whatnot to hold, being backed up by Raz, but unfortunately, well, the MG along with the conscripts coming on in. Now this is just one of Moist's units. Most of them are in the forest, not forest, city, and they're doing quite well. Looks like we had a incendiary, but he might have changed positions, which is hilarious. He just got in the building next to him. I just imagine him just busting down the door like Sledge and Siege and just running on in. That's my headcanon. Anyway, Sethkis pushing on in. Senor Taco, trying to break it with a support gun. I mean, he went medical, not a bad idea. Really weird, it's directly in front of his base, not that far. But, you know, who's gonna judge? Oh, right, I will. Support gun pushing back the MG, conscripts pulling on back as well. A lot of infantry on the retreat, running through this direction. The British doing decently well, and they might actually grab some territory over here, though good mine placement blows a couple of them up. And they also upgraded 5-man squads. MG's going to stop the infantry this way. Again, these guys can push through. They do have a smoke option. It's white phosphorus, but they have a smoke option if needed, so that's a positive for them. And they're doing quite well. They're actually managing to push on through and take a good chunk of territory. So, you know, always positive. Always a decent positive to them to push on in. Now, fortunately, it looks like we got some mortar fire over here, brought to you by the Soviets, who quickly repositioning, I'm assuming, to stay away from that support gun. Also, again, with these assault troops, awesome to see, but one of them has been upgraded. The others need to be upgraded, but they're still pretty potent by themselves. So that's the one bonus I'll say, at least. I like this. Everything else I'm like, too. I really don't care about the mortar. I really don't care about the M10 Achilles, which is a Wolverine, and the other stuff. I know people want it. Great. I don't care for it in 3v3s and 4v4s, but we'll see how the Brits do. Armor car being deployed to fight off light armor. White is sending most of his forces to the German fuel. If he has Molotovs, I'm actually a little surprised he's trying to burn the base down. Everything must burn for the... Oh, God. Let's see. But though they haven't decapped the point, though. The Grenadiers are there. They fire off grenade. Great shot. Plus incendiary is going to cause some issue on his retreat. And force him back. Really nice to see. Now, with those forces retreating, maybe the Volk squads... Oh, they will. I'm already seeing... This is set up for a spike. Come on. Oh, nice kill right there. Great shots across the board. This conscript squad might also perish in the... Oh, so close. Conscripts run. One. And the other guy lives. Okay, very close to a double wipe, but looks like, unfortunately, Raz will not be able to get that. But in the meantime, it does, I'll give credit, it does look like orange. I'll just call him orange, because God forbid I'm going to keep mentioning that anime the entire time. By the way, I learned these shows from, I don't watch it, I just know of it from Mother's Basement. I just look at one. Like, Tower of God looks interesting. I may look at that. But I was so pumped for ReZero. You have no idea. Again, just to show you how much of a weeb I am for ReZero, real quick, while the armor car kills the base. I have a ReZero thing right there, so there you go. That's how much of a weeb I am. Greyshot confirmed weeb. Greyshot is confirmed. Alright, but in any case, yeah, so I was super pumped for it. Too bad it got delayed. In the meantime, we have an armored car pushing on in against some Sturm Pioneers. And not doing too bad overall. Managing to push the Sturm Pioneers out of the cover, maybe allowing the British to snipe them. Fortunately, Scout Car coming on in. Fun fact, Scout Car can have a little bit of an issue versing this. Just a little bit of one. Let's see, conscripts once again coming over here. Looks like Germans recap this, but MG's gonna pretty much ignore, or like I guess these troops will ignore capturing that and just focus on trying to suppress the infantry. Not a bad idea, though. They might throw grenades. They are at the MG. MG, though, not that much damage, a little bit of health, but overall the MG should be able to fire on them, and they might be able to chain it as they're so close, because... yeah, they do chain it. The other one's suppressed, though. He gets in the building! He got out for the Panzers to get in. Are you kidding me right now? And the Molotov is like, alright, screw this. We're burning the place down. Oh, just really great play right there. Like, come on, guys. Come on, please. Let's think about this for a second. Please. Please, let's think about this for a second. Anyway. Support gun on standby, but being hit by the conscripts pouring on in. They brought in by White. He does have shock troops. I know that. Where are they? Oh, they're back at base. Does he have medics? He does not. He needs medics. This guy has medics. Yes, he does. So just walk over, get some medics. Germans have the medical base. They don't have medics either at this position. They have medics in their base. So right now, Raz seems to be pretty competent with his defenses. Also, good job, by the way, for... Seth just being a nice supportive player, put down caches. I know people hate... I've really recently discovered how much people in my chat hate early caches, but if you can hold the line, that's great. Unfortunately, it looks like the Germans are reinforcing that because it looks like the line's kind of falling apart as the Allies swarm in. But, you know, I like early caches because the idea of getting additional resources for you. But I understand the idea of, well, if you don't get another man, you might lose the front, and they'll gain the resources, which that cache won't make up for. I get that. But it looks like more this was just him refocusing his army and just getting it healed up. Because I really don't see any way for these British to hold. Now, they do have this assault officer that'll help close range along with the rest. But... I think there's enough. Oh, Mike, nice kill right there. I think there's enough troops that they should win this. Yeah, scout car coming on in to assist as well. Unless they group up like the blob and decide, you know what, one grenade will just kill us all. And yeah, there goes 2 squads. Usually when you charge up together, you separate, so you don't get grenaded together. Unfortunately, that was not adhered to. Social distancing, guys. That goes with grenades as well. Come on. Anyway, yeah. So Raz, never mind, has literally dropped the ball in all ways on this side. But luckily, another player is doing well. Senor Taco is doing a decent job of holding off Moist. Moist is trying to get MG in the building, though. That would be an issue unless he throws an incendiary. Conscripts, though, coming on in to support. Does throw an incendiary to hurt the MG. So that's good. Conscripts most likely come in a flanking position here. There's additional troops, but they're so low, I don't think they want to engage without risk of immediate death. Molotov being thrown instead of a flank. Okay. They might be able to kill him on the retreat if they're lucky. No, he's going to hide behind the brush. Shock troops going in, but they're too far behind. Let's see. We do have an armored vehicle. We have an Su-76 coming into play. Scout car is still doing damage. Where is that armored car the Brits had? They lost it, apparently. I don't know how, but they did end up losing it. Okay, awesome. Good use. So, very least, at least the scout car came up on top, so that's been helping them hold the, well, forest. Nice decap, by the way. That will cut off resources on the left, so they won't be able to get it. Immediately, CCMG jumps in the building. It's like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. No way. Not happening. Sturm Pioneers and Obel Sudan kind of pushing on into this position, as well as Sturm Pioneers going in for mid. Su-76 on standby with mortar, AT gun, double shock troops coming on in to support. Again, shock troops can be extremely deadly close range, and they are fighting in a cityscape, so they can have a lot of places to hide. So we could definitely see some really good engagements right there. Hopefully Raz can make up for that catastrophic loss, because right now he's making me think Lend-Lease is just some hidden gem solely for those assault infantry section, but you know, we'll see how long that lasts. Obel Sudan with Panzers holding off shock troops in mid. Conscripts just in cover, like, yeah, we're gonna wait back here. Looks like there were some mines or something placed that or grenades that were delaying, or you know, did something. So not too shabby. Oh, right, the Soviets placed mines. I forgot about that. Yeah, so it looks like some of them went off. Do they have minesweepers over here? Do you have minesweepers? Yes, you do. So maybe you pick some up as well. Good, good, good. But a little flanking maneuver brought in by the Panzers and the scout car. Unfortunately for them, the mortar, along with all the troops, are just smashing the Panzers. So, yeah. Plus scout, Jesus Christ. Su-76 is going to push back the 222 and at least push that back into the forest. Shock troops going in close range, doing some damage, plus the MG suppressing, forcing a lot of the this gentleman's forces back. So Taco needs to retreat. Shock troops coming in behind the Sturms. No way they win a fight. No way. Without even a stun grenade, they can't stay up in a long-term fight. So they will be forced back pretty quickly. Anyway, so Panzer, yeah, Panzer headquarters opening fire. Shock troops in a bit of a pickle. Very low on health, but looks like they'll make it back to base. Yes, they will. Double MG, though, helping hold this point, prevent enemy from stopping. Conscripts also decapping this again. I'm surprised they haven't taken this, but okay. Panzer 4 on the field. I think that's the first medium take we've seen, unless I am mistaken. The Su-76 is like a light tank destroyer. Sethicus is the 222. We have the Panzer 4. And Raz is developing a Panther right now, so at least fuel-wise, the Germans have been doing pretty well. Allies, again, equal to them, but having a slight boost in munitions. Again, we have 2 fuel points down for retrospect, and then we have 1 cash down, but I'm assuming they have 1 additional point, which is helping them stay in line of resources. So good job to the Allies. Nice shot with the pack. It does bounce. Or no, sorry, pack this. But the Su-76 there to help, so if they try to push up being like, oh, it's only 1 AT gun, we got this. No, they're going to be pretty much smashed. We got some troops lying back, trying to use their long-range rifles to pick off the troops while the Volk squads get in close and throw that incendiary grenade. Won't kill it, but definitely will do some damage. So good job there. Artillery coming on in to this region. Doing a lot of damage right now, especially with the Panzer 4. Although the AT gun should move up to counter, but they're more busy with using the artillery option. Not bad, it's doing some damage. It's definitely doing some impact. Although I think the infantry needs some anti-armor support. Speaking of armor, we do have an armored unit. We have a Cromwell over here. Oh boy. So combine that with the British infantry, which, by the way, they can call down smoke now. People forget that, but they can call down smoke from the heavens. Let's see. Oh, there goes that unit. You should have probably retreated that a little sooner. Nice, actually, white phosphorus grenade, because that's going to block the MG, but... Oh, God. Panthers moving on in. Oh, we have an artillery officer having some issues. Never mind. I thought the Panther might have accidentally did a little friendly fire crush, but at least that did not happen. British infantry focusing on the unit. Panther still pushing forward. The Cromwell is going to have a tough time beating that, unless he has this unit with an AT option, like an AT grenade at it, but that's still very, very close. Oh my God, the British might not make it back to base. Oh no. Run, British, run! Aw, damn it, the MG just tore him apart. Meanwhile, in mid, S-76 is repositioning. Panzer IV moving on up, I believe getting a nice shot on the conscript. Barely making it back alive. There are some Soviet mines over here, so actually a lot of them, actually. Again, if they try to oh, there goes one. Good mortar. But if they try to push, that might be of an issue. Oh, God. The poor, poor engineers. Yep, popped out minesweepers. Like, okay, where are they? Where's the mines? I need to go. I need to sniff these out. So anyway, nice assault infantry section trying to grab the point for the British. Panther destroying the cover. Not a bad idea. Let's see. We have a Cromwell opening fire on the MG. That's why he came over to assist. Now, this thing's here. I'll throw an ET grenade, most likely. Or he could be waiting for the Cromwell to do a penetration shot so that way he can crit the engine. Now he can do it. He throws the ET grenade. Perfect use of it. And there's a good tactic. Always make sure that the enemy is weakened in order to then use it with an AT to make sure it's pinned. Unfortunately for him, well, he still has a lot to deal with. Shock troops opening fire on the Panzer Fusiliers. Su-76 moving on in. Although, once again, I feel like this would be a big issue, but I think he might be going after the Panther. If the Su-76 is the Panther, that's great, but it's right now not moving, and the more pressing issue is the Panzer IV literally next to him, along with the 222. Although, shock troops coming in from behind, a lot of the infantry is retreating, and I don't think they have the Panzer IVs right now will have to deal with this, but the Su-76 comes in. Again, a good option. Now, it looks like shock troops were almost run over, so they had to pull back before that happened. Looks like we got some Sturm Pioneers here with minesweepers clearing up the additional mines over there. Good use, again, but the territory is still disconnected, so no matter if they get that, they're still not connected, so not getting the resources. Point-wise, it's still very close. Both sides within about 25 points of each other, 26. So it's anyone's game. 13 kills on the MG by Moist. White 8 conscripts are taking over the point. Pens Grenadiers, though, by Sethicus going on in. Going for, going for the stop to decap, but unfortunately unable to. Panther making it back to his own lines. Good to see. Raz has a medical, mechanized, and panzer headquarters available. Sethicus has everything but the tier 3 building. Senor Taco has everything but the mechanized building. White doesn't have the special rifle but has everything else. He's making a B4 instead of getting armor. Okay, here's the thing. Also, great shot with the S-76 upon its death. Even though, oh wow, it's still going. But the one thing I'll say about it is simply, I personally will try to always now get a vehicle before I get the B4, simply because I want something to keep a barrier between the enemy target and the B4. If there's something not there that is like effectively a hard holding unit, like even if it's a T-34, 76, that's fine. If I get KV-1, great. Su-85, great. As long as there's something there that'll hold back armor from just charging in, that's what I'm looking for. Or infantry, if I can. But, oh, nice Katusha, getting good shot on the Abel Saddam. Oh, grenade being thrown, unfortunately not able to hit anything. B4, I believe just hit the large hotel. No, sorry, hotel. Jesus, train station. My mind is just going places today. Unfortunately, those shock troops have to go places if they stay grouped up like that. Oh, oh no, that, yeah, they all went bye-bye. Oh god, and the tree even is. The tree saw that. It's like, no, I need to leave that. That was a massacre. Anyway, Panzer IV is moving on in. This is what I'm talking about, like something to keep the armor back. If there was a KV, I don't think they would have dived, but they are diving. But I don't think that's a good idea for Senor Taco, because right now one of his units is crippled. The other one's trying to make it back out of there in time. He's going to hit a mine, though, on the way out. Actually hurt the MG, which is hilarious in my opinion. AT gun could knock it out if they fire. T-22 and Panther coming in for the save. This other unit is trying to kill the B4. I know they've changed its hitbox to make it more likely to hit, I believe. AT gun, though, might neutralize it before it can fire another shot. And they do neutralize it. Panzer IV in the south. Oh my god. Making one hell of an escape. Oh, no, wait, conscripts see it. Fire. AT grenade. Main gun destroyed. Cromwell going in for the final shot now. Gets the kill. Panther being very cautious on the approach. Does not want to engage. There's a mine there. If he did try to come in from behind, he could have hit it. Not saying he would have, but he could have. Now, it looks like, though, we do have Sethakis using artillery at this very moment. It looks like to be hitting this entire area. So, and it looks like it did knock out the B4. Yeah, it did destroy the B4. So, good use of it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's worth 2 Panzer IVs dying, so Senor Taco, we need to talk about some stuff right now. Especially because they were 2 OKW Panzer IVs. So, again, for reference, Panzer IV for the OKW, 380-140. Panzer IV for the, oh, I can't even look it up, damn it. And the Panzer IV is 120, I want to say. So it is a bit of a fuel gain for the OKW. Almost hits the mine, so close. Zisgun, though, is opening fire. Unfortunately, not doing too much damage, but did leave him with some scratches. We have a Comet tank moving in. They were not expecting that. The Panther's like, up, backing up, backing up. I didn't want to fight that. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And I don't blame it. The Comet is a very good, I'd probably classified it as a good advanced medium tank with its frontlineness. Compared to a Panther, again, roughly the same. I do think a Panther has a slight edge still. Mine detonated on the Soviets, unfortunately, decrewing the AT gun along with the light artillery barrage. Soviets, once again, look, I have to give credit for Moist. Moist is at least recognizes the importance of this point and is like, I'm going to cut this off so I get 2 for 1. And at the very least, he's making sure the Germans don't put anything there, because if they put a cache, he'll probably target it. Meanwhile, a lot of German infantry over here, but the British are not letting the force go, and I salute them, although they did just lose another unit. And a Stuka is hitting a tree, but some of the shots are going to hit this area. Only one. Oh, nope. 2? Only 2 rockets actually made it through. So, now artillery field officer is taking the point. Really nice unit, especially because, again, hey, let's have all the artillery hit one thing. Now, nice use of the T-34 knocks out the Stuka. Unfortunately, they just hand-delivered the Germans a working... look, it's probably the weakest of the medium tanks, but it's still a damn fine medium tank for what you need, especially for the Ram. Although Cromwell's like, no, I can't. I'm sorry, brother. I can't let you fall to the enemy hands. It actually took the shots. The Panzer headquarters killed it. Sure. Also, you're calling in. What is this? I'm sorry. This is an IL-2 bomb strike. On this, not that. Okay. Oh, the Katyusha's dealing with it. Okay. And also very low on health, so a good rocket. And I probably would have killed the LEFH with it. I know it's super weak, but so far those trees are keeping it alive. At least I think it was the trees. Either that or really improper aim by the Katyusha. But, what, is that more light artillery? What the hell? Oh, wait, hold on. No, oh, no. I think it was the artillery officer that did that. Okay. Anyway, I was like, what? British take over the VP, which is very important because, yeah, still very close. An VP point they can get is extremely helpful. Engineers barely make it out. I don't know how these engineers think they're going to hold, but unless a Katyusha comes in or additional forces come in to reinforce. Support gun right next to a Verkehrenwerfer. A Verkehrenwerfer, I don't know why you picked there because you're essentially making yourself a giant target with the artillery next to you. Senor Taco's decided, you know what, I know my mistakes. I know what I did wrong. Please, let me be in command of a Panzer IV again. So hopefully this Panzer IV lasts a bit longer than the last one. But him charging straight in, I hold no high hopes for. Also, I get it. I love the B4. I really enjoy using the B4. Problem with this situation right now is, simply put, the B4 is currently versing this thing. And the LEFH typically will win against the B4. Unless the B4 can have some support. Now, for him, I would use the 4 Mother Russian and increase accuracy on the B4. And then target this thing. That's what if you really want to try to knock it out, that's maybe your best bet with the B4. Otherwise, you're going to need something else. Now, Panzer IV coming on into play. Conscripts retreating. They really don't like the truck, apparently. Conscripts coming in very low on health. Does he have medics at his base? He still does not have medics. That's a big L. That's a big F. You need medics. You need medics. Because otherwise they're not going to do well. Katusha literally down the road from the Panzer IV. There's one mine here. He could be baiting. I don't think he's baiting. I really, really don't think he's baiting. There's also mines at actually a lot of these points. So good. Oh, not here though. B4 gets a good shot on something, brutally murdering it. I think it might have been the Verkanwerfer. Hold on. Was it the Verkanwerfer? No, Verkanwerfer's back at base. Unless it was Sethicus. No, I don't think it was any Sethicus. I don't know what died there, but something died. Hold on. Yeah, he killed a squad of something. I'm guessing it was a Volk squad or something with 5 kills, if that was a hit. Anyway, Katusha-ing the spotlight. Remember, the spotlight has changed as well, so now it just extends sight, so you can see farther. Yeah, it's not as cool, I know. And on the right, we have a Comet charging right into the German base, trying to kill the Panther. I'll give it credit for what credit's due if they can kill it. It might bounce. It does not bounce. But also, there's 2 other Panthers here, so essentially, yeah. Now it's up to interpretation whether that was a good trade or not. Personally, the Comet, it really depends on who has more fuel. And right now the Germans have more fuel, but alright, so let's see. Can Raz deploy another Panther? So that's the question to determine if that was effective. Well, right now he's not. He's saving up for a Jagdtiger. That's what my assumption would be. He's saving up for a Jag. Now, the question is, can Orange deploy another unit of some type? A Comet? Yes, he's actually getting one now. So right now, I actually think that was a good trade. Because essentially, that is making sure that he stays really low with his overall support. Forcing his allies to cover more territory. Also, really good artillery barrage, killing a couple Soviets near the front of the base. So, nice nice focus on the barrage. KV-1 took some hits, but backing on up. B4 up to 6 kills. A lot of good targets right there. They might need to blow the house down, but you know, they're trying to. Oh, house went down. Perfect timing. Great shot on the Panzerfusilier squad, and he's down to 1. Realizing the situation, he pulls back. Now there's a double breakthrough. Wait, is there a double breakthrough? No, it's just one. One breakthrough's in effect. So say goodbye to the B4 unless it's the luckiest B4 ever. Unfortunately, the luck was not on his side. He did not believe. He did not believe. If you believe, yeah, if you believe in the B4 actually deflects the artillery. It's really an amazing sight. Unfortunately, I don't video of it because, anyway, ISU-152 is on the field. Explosive rounds are active, which will once again shred his infantry that he has left on the field. Nice job with the assault infantry section, which, by the way, is 22 kills. Give credit where credit's due. Now, unfortunately for the IC-152, which in a recent replay was literally a monster, it's now going against directly a Jagdtiger. Jagdtiger is going to be a bit of an issue because typically I find a Jagdtiger to do more damage and be better against an IC-152 than the IC-152 can do against this. However, this is a big however. However, with support, the Soviets typically edge the Germans. At least I find with the Zis gun and everything else. They typically, if they can get proper support, they can easily do a lot of damage to the Jag. And what I mean by that is usually with the IS-2, it comes with an IL-2 bomb strike. Sorry, the ISU-152, it comes with an IL-2 bomb strike. So when that ends up happening is if you can get this thing pinned with the ISU-152, or at least weakened, you can bring in the support, call in a bomb strike, and finish it off. That's at least what I've seen. And usually a good way to weaken its health down to an AT grenade to work is the ISU-152 and or an AT. Now, unfortunately, a good shot on target weakens the ISU-152 down. He's going back on up. Remember, he has sight because of the German infantry. The Allies really don't have sight over here. Good coverage, by the way, with the Jagdpanzer. At least he has something to help against armor. Meanwhile, another armor battle is going on the right. One Comet made back to base. The other one's still fighting, trying to get a kill. I don't know if that's a smart strategy, because once again, you're decreasing your effectiveness by removing one of your armored units from play. Now, if he would have gave a Royal Engineers Piats, that would have changed things. That would have been enough DPS. The Panthers probably would have lost the fight. Now, I do find it hilarious they instead pick up a Panzer Strike and say, come here, bitch. But at the very least, they'll do some extra damage. Now, what he could also do is AT grenade the other Panther. And that's what he did. So, both Panthers will just sluggishly, slowly go back to the enemy base. Also, another artillery is being developed. I love it. It's right on a blast mark where I can only assume a previous artillery piece once held. Or, you know, just a random shot in general just hit the ground. But I liked it. My head cannon is that, you know, it was another LEFH that died. Now, we have the artillery field officer being pushed back. Assault infantry section doing a really good job, at least doing that. Both Panthers are chilling. They don't have exactly a way for quick repairs. The engineers will slowly make their way there, but this would be a perfect IL-2 bomb strike if he could have sight. Unfortunately, he's not even close to having it. Well, okay, Moist is in a position where I think he should start putting down caches. I think a cache here or maybe over here would be like a nice, or even here. Like there's four prime spots where you can put down caches and really help your team out with munitions. Because if you call more L2 bomb strikes, that would really help the team out. Now, Greyshot with the Zis. B4 coming down. MG's barely alive at this point. We have another infrared half-track extending sight. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to do a damn thing. Because fun fact, it doesn't detect units anymore. But nobody told him, so we're still seeing people do this. Yeah, that's kind of hilarious in my book, honestly. So artillery sowing this region. New B4, again, I think what might be a better spot for the B4, I know I might seem a little weird, but instead of placing the B4 in this open area, I think actually like right around here would be better. So that way it could literally fire at anything in this region, but also have the trees as cover against the LEFHs. That's my opinion on where I would put it. But, hey, let me know where you would. ISU 52 is on, firing shots. I think it's armor piercing, though. Hold on. Yeah, it's armor piercing, so it'll do less against infantry. It'll still do a bit. But also, Moist has double Katyushas just lining the battlefield with rockets, keeping the Germans at bay. The good news is Senor Taka does still have some frontline units, but KV-1 is shredding them on the front. B4 coming on in. Oh my god, Panzer IV barely alive. Good shot. It probably, if it was a direct hit, it would have killed it, but it hit the side of it, which, hey, not bad. He stopped it from repairing at the very least. Unfortunately, they used a little bit of a flare because of the Panzer's layer, and they're going to call him breakthrough. Now, luckily, this thing is outside its range, but everything else in this region is going to get dunked on, so you may want to move your forces before you get, well, you get smashed. There goes that mortar. It was mortar, right? Yeah, mortar. KV-1's being hit by a random RD piece, which weakened it a little bit. Actually, the stuff over here lived. I'm actually really surprised on that. MG's taking this area. I think the one issue I find with Moist is he needs more frontline troops. Honestly, I think conscripts would be a good alternative. It's not like these guys have a ton of Panzerfusilers or something as 2 squads. I think 7-man conscripts would be it could hold them back. AT grenade hit the Jagdpanzer, at least bringing that down a little bit on health. Jagdtiger on the far left. IS-152 now engaging. But all the other armor's here, and I don't know if he has any other support really in the area, so a little weird on the engagement, a little bit weird. I would have actually, well, okay, if the Jagdtiger can't see you, I would try to hit everything else. Like, go through here and fire long range or something. That way, if everything else fires, they kind of get blocked by sight and view. But now there's like a conga line of units sandwiched between the Jagdtiger. So the Jagdtiger's in the middle, sandwiched between a Jagdpanzer and a Panzer IV, which is they're going their own separate ways. Jesus, I can't keep a straight sentence to save my life. But what I can say is we have the assault officer, which looks like the last one died, but don't worry. Oh, sorry, artillery field officer. He got a new one. Comet's still putting pressure. It looks like he does have enough fuel for another vehicle. There is still that double Panther issue. I don't, unless he starts getting Piats, he's going to need something else. He does have an AT gun. Great. But I'm thinking of something more like either a Firefly or Piats or something just for that extra bit of damage. Now, once again, Panzerfusiler is pushing on in. B4, Vet 1 with 4 kills. Is he targeting this or is he repositioning? Don't know because the artillery killed it. This is also a prime example of why it's so important to knock out these LFHs with a direct strike. Breakthrough being called in the back, which will probably target this area once again. Allies just having a rough day in general. A lot of the conscripts dying to the frontline troops. Not many, but the few they have are holding along with the Panzer IV and everything else. So, KV-1, again, they can't push in too deep because there are some mines there, but they're giving it their all, just shredding them from afar. Really good shots. Again, Panzer IV showing why they're really good at killing infantry. Accidentally detonates a mine the Jagdpanzer would have went on. Oh my god. That's very lucky. Unfortunately, though, there's a lot of armor firing downrange on them. And so while they're trying to kill the... Oh, no. They can see the Katyushas. They're backing up, though. They might have been able to get a shot, but he probably would have lost the unit. Hold on. Will he lose the unit? Oh, he would have. He would have backed up to the mine. Now we have the Jagd Tiger moving on in. This is a no-no. This is a hell no-no. A hell of a no-no. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 SU either 85s or ISU 152s, aka 4 tank destroyers opening fire on it. He has 1 for cannon whiffer, but it's out of range, and right now all those other nasty tank destroyers can literally just hit him from all angles. So yeah, don't do that, especially with it. I mean, like, you had that in case he pushed up, but all those units pretty much had range on you at that point. We have a Comet on the field again, but he's the other one up already, and it's going to take like 30 seconds for it to deploy. So if those Panthers push in now, he's going to be in a rough day. Now, luckily, apparently, he actually heard my advice right now, and my advice went back in time to where he's actually playing the game, and he actually got himself some Piats. So really awesome to see time travel working at its finest. That might help as well. We have the AT gun. Do we have any mines on the field? It probably has been too much of a cluster for him to do so, but I'll give full credit. A lot of people just give up. Oh, okay, this is bad. Don't push up by yourself. But a lot of people give up on Forest, and I always am against that. But luckily here, the British came prepared, and he is fighting it pretty damn well. That being said, like, except for the close-range units, he's not used mortars, he hasn't used M10s, he hasn't used pretty much anything except for the repair ability, so, you know. Whereas, like, you have Senior Taco and everyone else pretty much using their abilities to their extreme, using multiple components of it. So, always point that out, always. Now, White 8 is pushing up his troops in mid. He does have White 4 Mother Russia active, so they will be a little bit better overall with their combat. Panthers coming on in. Comet, turn yourself to face before you get rear armor shot. Luckily, AT gun gets a great shot on the Panther. Unfortunately, this one might be blindsided from the rear armor. This other one's coming on. Piat's forces need to move in. Panthers, realizing that the gravity of their situation, do pull back, which is very smart of them, because I think the British might have won that fight. Now he's engaging to kill the bunker. Panthers still have range on you. Use your AT gun, which can fire safely from afar, and the Panthers can't, well, wear you down. Which, speaking of which, yeah, you need repairs, buddy. Meanwhile, WS-285 comes in, knocks out the Panther. But we do have a charge over here. Mine hits the Volk squad, so the armor should be able to roll on in. ICM-52 backing up full speed. There's still a decent amount of infantry. Katyushas are over here. They're actually, I don't know why, but they're crisscrossing with each other, but making a slow escape behind the building. Good play. Don't, like, get any closer you need to these units. White, do you have a B4? No. Like I said, I do feel like a B4 behind the trees would have been a smarter option. But we'll see. Maybe he's able to capture the VP. Because right now, it was very close for a very long time. But now, the Allies are going down. Where the Axis are about 120 points ahead. So good for them. Actually, it's funny enough. The Germans are now capturing this point. But like, ha, you don't get this point now. But anyway, they're pushing on in. Panzer Fusiliers. Vet 5, though. 21 kills. Very, very good. 23 kills on the Volk squad. But with the Molotov, they should be able to win that fight. Although the Panzer IV is really trying to help his buddy out. Brigadwerfer on standby. Hold on. Comet is relatively healed, though. Looks like some shots were fired by the LEFHs, who I think are fully... Yeah, no, they're entirely aiming at that region. Just trying to break up the British. British trying to hide in between the trees. But, yeah, even... Oh, they knock out the AT gun. That's a nice plus. So, if they kill it, that's actually kind of helpful for the Panthers, which, weirdly enough, are now in mid. They just retreated to mid. Also, if you have so many Katyushas, I would honestly try to help your teammate and kill that. It's you have a good, I always try to say, fire within your territory. You can fire here and still safely be within a good area. In worst case scenario, put an S-285 or something in your way, or some conscripts. That way you can AT grenade the bastard that tries to chase you down. But anyway, let's see. Orange is deploying a Firefly into the mix. So that should help against the Panthers if they push up. But it looks like Panthers don't give a shit and are actually helping in mid for the time being. Panzer Fusiliers also trying to put pressure, though Engineers should be able to grab that in the meantime, so good for them. White is putting down a recon, trying to identify any targets in the region, like, oh, there's a new Stuka on the field. I will give Raz credit, he does have a lot of manpower, so if you need to lose a little bit. Actually, I'm actually really weirded out by the fact he's not getting more men. Luckily, one of his, okay, so finally, Katyusha hit it, knocked out the region, and knocked out the vet to LEFH. Now, luckily, all the AT they had in the region is pushing back the Panthers. Breakthroughs coming on in. IS-152 is literally presenting itself to a Panzer IV and pretty much all the other armor. So yeah, it's dead. And again, he can't deploy anything else for a time being, but he is deploying an S-285, so that's good. Conscript's running on in. I don't know why this Katyusha is here, but it's somehow not dead. All the armor is now focused in mid, while the British are prepping an armor charge against... And oh my god, they are really going all ham. He is like, I'm going to attack from behind, and then I'm my armor charge, and the Firefly will hit them, and it's going to be a perfect win. Meanwhile, the Soviets are like, please help us. As they literally just get rushed by armor that really could use the help. Oh my god, both you S-285s are so low. What the hell happened? The armor was back, so I'm assuming the breakthrough literally hurt them. There's some Zis guns, but literally the Panzer... Oh, nice mine. But yeah, they're just being torn apart by the MGs on the vehicles. Conscripts coming on in to throw some AT grenades. Light artillery barrage in effect. Artillery coming down gets a 2-for-1 hit. They might reman those units, and that might not be a terrible idea to get 1 or 2 of them operational to fire at their asses. Although, to be fair, the artillery is hitting them, so I don't know if they would survive, but, you know, at least one might not be a bad option. Nice mine, actually screws this one over and hurts it. Luckily, a nice S-285 kill, knocks out one of them, but another Panther coming on in. Meanwhile, the force is pretty much now under British control. If he can lock that down, great, but he really needs to help his allies out, because while he's at pop cap, his other 2 guys are currently averaging mid-50s. And combined with him, we'll give it up to, like, we'll give it up to upper 60s on average. Meanwhile, the Germans are on average of actually low 70s. So it's actually pretty damn close even after that battle. Conscripts really need to focus on the unit. That'll probably kill them on the retreat. So, or they just retreat, that's fine. Now, here's also the problem. If he moves in all this armor, the Yag Tiger's like, oh, lunch. Because literally they're coming in a goddamn conga line right to a giant tank destroyer that literally will shred him open. Yeah, so Panther, along with support units that would snare them, are on standby along the forest edge. Now, they also don't have anything here. This might be actually a better opportunity. I know it's more of a choke point, but just go with me here. The Yag Tiger's over here. If they would then have to draw away all the tank destroyers in mid. And they can identify this with a recon. Oh, it's not like you don't have a guy with recon. Deploy the guy with recon, identify where tank destroyers are, move here, cause as much damage in this region as possible, draw their tanks back, and or pull them back, have your guys here lay mines and other traps here, so when they come in behind thinking they got you, it's a bait, and then you win. Now, if you don't lay that down, or you stay there for too long, they may actually counter you and, well, figure out where you're coming from. Also, your units, yeah, so, the bait works when you do it before he realizes you're there and pushes in. Firefly at least now helping. Breakthrough's about to come down, by the way. They really love their breakthrough. Panther barely alive. It is alive somehow. Breakthrough's coming on down. Oh my god, we're about to see the entire British Army die, aren't we? There goes one unit. Breakthrough artillery. Firefly getting some great shots, but the Panthers will survive. Some units died, but overall, the British they're not done yet. Nice AT grenade cripples another one. The Firefly could move in. They don't have really any. Well, okay, they have some armor that could come in. Bet for Panzer IV to be precise. Firefly, if they can take out that Panther, that'd be great. Come on, one more shot. Give them recon, assault officer, or at least sight. No, he's backing up. Luckily, Soviets coming on in. Artillery barrage on the MG to kind of push that back. But that was a big loss for the Brits. If they were in position, that might have been better, or they, you know, blocking here and here with mines. But alas, they weren't able to do it. He got him right as they turned and just focused on one and killed it. The other Panther, which if they would have killed this, that would have been a plus, but alas, unable to. But luckily the Brits are bringing up more, another Comet, so at least he has that. Wow, Firefly bouncing. Also, why the hell is this on the front? Either move back to repair or do something. I don't know why you're there. One Comet shot and that thing's dead. Nice AT gun shots though, although the Stuka just royally screws the Soviets. Although it is doing enough damage to bring the Jag Tiger down to about half health. The explosive rounds will start slamming that. The Soviets are taking over the city, and they have a new IS-152, so I thought the Allies might be done. Oh god, the Allies might be done, but they still have some things left in the tank, and the Germans are a little bit more on the back foot, even after that good break, or like they did, or the break they had in the forest and in mid. So yeah, if the Allies can take back all the territory and kind of hold the line, although good stun grenade, they might be in for it. Now, there is a Vet 4 Panzer 4 with 54 kills. Jesus. Is there anything even close to that? Oh, IS-152. Look, I'm rooting for you. I really am. But please don't hurt this thing. It is precious. It is so close to Vet 5. Goodness, sweetness, awesomeness. Let's see. We got a Vet 3 Panther with 18 kills. Raz has slowly rebuilt his army and getting another anti-air unit to shoot down planes, which is a nice little bonus. White 8 has a skeleton force, but that's barely keeping itself together. But it is a force, and the Zis plus the the Firefly. Oh no, it didn't bounce. Sorry, it did pen. It did bounce. Let's see. Moist has a decent army, although not a lot of reserves left. Same thing for White. Zephyrus has tons of reserves. Same thing with Raz. And Orange is pretty much deployed everything he has, though he's at pop cap. So he's the only one at pop cap, but well, fully, well, to an extent. You can't get anything else. I don't think there's a unit you can get for 4, unless I'm mistaken. Oh no, okay, the British Mech Squad, but he already has one. Yeah, there's nothing else. Great shots across the board from the IS-152. The Zis Firefly gets war speed. Okay, these guys are pushing now, but there's nothing stopping them, and also snares. See, when the enemy's prepped for you to do that, not the best idea. Now, luckily, you might get out of there before the snare happens. So that's good. At least, or they didn't snare because there's no reason to. Luckily, the British are prepped. If this thing could war speed the fuck out of there, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, having some issues with pathfinding. Panther pulling back, though. Vet 3 is hit by the AT gun. 6-pounder is a legend, knocking out the Vet 3. Legendary Panther that was on, well, that side of the map. Now they have to deal with the Vet 4, close to Vet 5, Panzer 4. IS-152, I have no idea what it's doing. Jag Tiger's not even close to dead, so diving it's a really fucking bad idea. And there it goes. So GG on Moist's IS-152. Man, that thing, I was really hoping for a counterattack, but it was a bit of a letdown. Anyway, S-285 opening fire does kill the half-track, so one victory, I guess. Panzer 4, though, is pushing on in. We could see a bit of an issue here. Hold on. Oh, they're building a bunker. Never mind. They're going to stop, make sure. Because I was going to say, they can move up the infantry. Oh, wait, no, that thing's here. Well, no, if they move the infantry and then threw a artillery flare here, it would hit this and possibly bring artillery to kill it. That'll be a positive. Also, good job on the Allies. I just realized they had 37 VP. 171 for the Germans. They are bringing... the Germans had a good swing there, but it looks like the Allies are doing everything in their power to keep this game, well, still competitive. For the most part. Half track, I don't know what you're doing there, but, you know, you tried. You tried. Again, stop getting these random kills. S-85, though, putting some pressure. Jagdpanzer up to Vet 3. S-85 really can't take too many more hits, so he's going to pull back. We have another Panzer 4 on the field by Senor Taco. Hey, look, I'll say this. Senor Taco, you have redeemed yourself. You got a Vet 4, 57 kills with Panzer 4. You absolutely redeemed yourself after losing all the Panzer 4s in this region. Looks like he's getting even more. Oh, God. I gave him... I told him what... I gave him words of encouragement. Now he's like, all right, all the Panzer 4s. All of them shall be deployed. Anyway, conscripts kind of moving over, most likely try to capture this point. Unfortunately, the Panthers are going to run into them. Luckily, there's, well, at least mine's over here, not here. I don't see, oh, no, there's some Soviet mines. So if he pushes up, there could be a lot of armor that's just stuck. And the Allies have plenty of tank destroyers, so we'll see how things go. Nice shot by the Zist, but unfortunately, the Yag Tiger's still active, pushing them back. Something died. Half track? No, I don't think it was that. Unsure, but something died. Oh boy, Moise is... I didn't realize the Katyusha dying, but yeah, he only has one Katyusha still active. Didn't catch that. So much armor in mid. I love the... There's triple Panthers, and there's about to be triple Panzer IVs. Really glad there's no triple Yag Tiger on the field. Although, great shots by the Allies using long range to slowly wear down the Panthers. Without even being shot at, which is hilarious in my book. Unfortunately, though, Panzer IVs are clearing the shock troops from the point. Though they do decap it. Unfortunately, though, the Panzer IVs just squish them. So, not great. Su-85 being a little bold, getting a nice shot on target. Panther, though, returning the fire. Yag Panzer up to vet 3. Again, these guys, I would say, need to come on in. If it's really difficult in this situation, but if I was him, honestly, I think penals might be a good idea. Hold on. Penals might actually be good, because really, Sethakis doesn't really have any frontline troops. Senior Taco does, I know that. Raz is kind of low on frontline, so yeah, I think like something that could throw satchels or blow this up might be a good idea. At least one of them getting it. Comet coming on in. 2 comets, but again, there's all of this. So bad move on his part for, again, if you had the Firefly pin it and then hit it from the side and get the hell out, I get it. Nice kill on the Panther though. AT grenades being thrown to cripple the Yag Panzer up to vet 4. They're still trying to hit the Yag Tiger and it's only at half health. This thing is just being a giant bullet sponge. No, they can't even kill the Stuka. Oh! Rocket hits the Yag Panzer. Yag Panzer dives in the way at the slowest speed. Half track dies. Allies pushing on in with a ton of tank destroyers. Yag Tiger, though, very low on health. For Canwarfer's still there. Firefly pulling on back. Oh, the Germans are pissed, though. We have a lot of Panzer IVs moving on in. One Su-85 dies. The vet 5 Panzer IVs charging the Firefly. Stuka coming on in. Firefly still fighting. Bad idea with the Canwarfers right there. Su-85 is pulling on back. I believe there's artillery in the region. Do we have breakthrough? No, I'm actually surprised there's no breakthrough coming in. Artillery, though, getting some great shots and everything. Oh, good job with the infantry just clearing a lot of the Germans and their infantry. Again, now the Panzer IVs died. Zethakis did lose, I think, 1 Panther. No, he didn't. He actually, never mind. He didn't lose anything. Did Raz lose it? Okay, he lost his support units, honestly. But, like, really? That's it? I was expecting a lot more. I mean, the Allies are still giving it hell. They're still doing what they can. And they're triple capping, so that's putting a lot of pressure on the Germans. But, oh, a new IC-152's on the field. And, again, it will take some time to repair all the German armor. But, honestly, the Germans, they got through that a little more unscathed than the Allies might think. This might be a situation where it's like Japan, where it's like, we dealt a crushing blow to the Allied fleet. They'll be unable to stop any push toward Hawaii. Like, if we take Midway, it'll be no issue. Be fine. And it's like, oh, their carriers escaped. Not a big deal. And then, yeah. So, Panthers, the ones that didn't die, now pushing on in. Allies giving it their final attempt, though they probably should leave the... Oh, wait, they're in the middle of the blast radius. Oh, no. Their own breakthrough artillery is hitting their units. Oh, this was a... Could have... Oh, no, it was a bad move. The artillery hits the Panther, weakening it. A lot of the armor staying out. Artillery barrage, though, hitting the Su-85 a little bit. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Even though the Allies did very well, didn't lose anything, they might start losing stuff over here because of the fact that the VPs, they need to capture another VP point. Tisha coming in, trying to hurt the MG. Unfortunately, not getting close enough to get a good spread on target. Does it the Yag Tiger, though. Piot's, though, firing Panzer Shreks in sorry, Royal Engineers firing Panzer tricks and P outside them, although the MG is still suppressing them. They did stop or decrew it, sorry, decap it while the Axis capped this one. They oh shoot, I didn't even realize Panthers charging on in, smashed right through that unit. Hot damn, Katusha now being neutralized. S-285, very low on health. Yag, oh my god. You charge the Yag Tiger, you're turning your ass to the Panther. Come on, man. Oh, the IC-152s have lost their spirit to fight. Meanwhile, the Panther, very low on health, but unfortunately not enough. Holy, he dodged! Moist dodge, and White left the game. He lost everything in that. The Panthers are still alive, by the way, and just crippled everything. Hot damn. All the Allied armor just died. Oh no. Yeah, that was bad. That was a complete collapse. I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's gonna be victory points. That's how the Axis is gonna win. Nope. They just charge, and there's now 4 Panzer IVs on the field. Okay. Yeah, so my thoughts on this game. Great unit preservation. I mean, like, early on, yeah, a little bit iffy for the Germans, but after that, they learn quick. And this Vet 5 Panzer IV with 66 kills, oh great, that number, is just really damn good. Just freaking awesome in its use. And wasn't there, hold on, wasn't there 6 Panzer IVs made on top of that? Am I mistaken? Hold on. Senior Taco, how many Panzer IVs did you make? Oh, 7, thank God. Okay. I was gonna say, if there was 666, I was gonna freak out for a moment. I'm joking. But anyway, good dives. Like, after the first dive that kind of failed, the rest of the dives worked out pretty well. The Allied dives kind of sucked. Like, good use of the Panthers. Usually they escaped. Like, really very lucky with the RNG gods that today with the amount balances and stuff like that. But overall, like, why are you charging headlong against the Egg Tiger when you can use the Firefly here and just snipe it? Use rockets, pin it, and use the comets just smash from the side while it can't move. Like, that would have been a better engagement, because then once that is done, you see all the armor move, you can back up. It's stuff like that. Now, again, I will say over here, I believe they realized the comets were moving, so they did the quick counter push over here. Smart play. If all this AT the guy had back here was like a little bit closer and was able to like pin the stuff in this one area and just throw everything they had at it, or even if he had, weirdly enough, I'm surprised this British didn't have artillery flares. Like, oh sorry, was it the pyrotechnic supplies? The flare he throws, the artillery from the base comes in. I'm surprised he didn't have that, because I feel like that would have helped hold choke points and hit other areas. The Panthers were really good at like coming through in very quick speeds. So yeah, just really damn good job there with the Panthers, with the armor and the Panzer IVs. My only gripe is and even with the Ag Tiger, my gripe was also the Allies kind of just charging forward. It's like, come on, like, you're not even close to killing them. Also, the LEFHs, like, goddamn, like, they got a ton of kills. I'm surprised they weren't targeted, or at least more so. Like, where were the IO-2 bomb strikes against it? I didn't really see too much. Maybe it's just me, but I think more IL-2 bomb strikes, even caches, I think might have been a bit better to help with the munitions. That we could call in more IL-2 bomb strikes, because as soon as the LFH appears, it can be a real nuisance. You have a Soviet who already has the resources for recon, and really the Axis didn't counter that until later on. Just taking note. But anyway, let's double check kills and damage. Right now, Sethicus got most damage. Really good job there. And but Senor Taco got most kills, and I have to give it up to his Panzer IVs, honestly, on that note. Raz got least damage and kills, but I have to say his Panthers did extremely well. Though in the end, he did lose force. Like, for those who are like, man, as soon as they lose force, I'm leaving. No, like, the British eventually won. I mean, it may not seem like it, but it was such a nuisance, he gave up and focused in mid. If the British and okay, I know, look, there was breakthrough, I understand, but if the British were able to kind of use a lot of those pathways a little better and kind of counter attack or counter a lot of the Panther movements, like trying to come into the forest and or just, I don't know, we're able to snare them a little bit more, I think that might have helped. I think more Piats would have been a little bit better to really kill those Panthers. Or Mines. Mines could have worked. But yeah, Raz, I mean, like, his Panthers did some work and we're very lucky. So, yeah, decent job there. Though his frontline units were pretty much gone. The artillery kind of really helped. The Allied side, give it up to Orange for top kills and damage. Soviet's not doing very well with their KD. But real quick, Senor Taco, how many kills did you give with the Panzer IVs? 132! Goddamn, those are some really good Panzer IVs. And I know a lot of people might be also in the mindset of like, why doesn't he just get the King Tiger? That's why. Because a lot of Panzer IVs can make up for the fact that they don't have the armor or the damage of a King Tiger, but they lack in that they have in numbers. And by God, even when they don't have the numbers advantage, they could just get more veterancy. Holy God. Vet 5 Panzer IV, really, really nice to see. But any case, that's game. Let me know what you think down below. But otherwise, it's been Greyshot17, apparently now an outed weeb, and I'll see all of you next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before you go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, these awesome people that include Jakub, Ace, Ion, JustThomasPlays, Ollie, Pyroshark, Joey G240, and Milam. Thank you all so much for your incredible support. You guys are amazing. Same thing with my patrons down below. You guys support the channel so much, and I wouldn't be here without you. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.